requests. So we had a few requests to go ahead and finish off the Rebecca story. So let's finish it up real quick. Part of it was Rosh Hashanah experience. So Rebecca goes ahead and she takes her golden invitation. She travels to her dad, to the king. She travels to the palace. And she gets there and she knocks on the door. And some technical issues over here. Here we go. So she gets to the palace. She knocks on the door. The guard opens up the little screen, says, "Who's there?" And she says, "It's me. It's Rebecca." The guard says, "Rebecca? Rebecca who?" So she says, "Rebecca. I'm the king's daughter, Rebecca." He says, "That's nice. There's lots of Rebeccas. How do I know you're supposed to be here?" So she takes out her gold invitation and she shows it to the guard. And the guard says, "Oh, Rebecca the princess. So nice to see you. Welcome to the palace." Opens the door for Rebecca. Rebecca walks in. The guard looks at Rebecca and says, "Rebecca, you come dressed to the palace looking like that?" And Rebecca's a little bit embarrassed. She says, "This is my finest clothes that I wear in the outside world." He says, "That doesn't pass for the palace." Puts her into the changing room and gives her royal garb to put back on, her old garbs that she used to wear when she was a princess. And she looks in the mirror. She looks fantastic. She feels so good. The material is soft as could be. And they bring her back to see her dad, to go back to the king. She goes back to the king, starts schmoozing with him, having a great time together. They're enjoying each other's company. And then Rebecca brings up some things that she wanted to talk to her dad about, some issues she has going on. And her dad says, no, Rebecca, that's not the time for it right now. Right now, I just want to hang out with you. It's been way too long. So they hang out, and once again, after an hour or so, Rebecca says, look, I got a few issues I want to talk about, and I'm sorry for some of the things that I did. And Rebecca says, and the king says, Rebecca, not now. I just want to hang out together. So they spend this time together. The meals are fantastic. It's so beautiful. Father-daughter relationship again is so fantastic. And then 2 days come to an end. And the king is walking Rebecca back towards the front gate to walk her home, send her back off. And the king stops Rebecca and says to Rebecca like this: we had a beautiful 2 days together. It was so wonderful to spend all that time together. I missed that time together, Rebecca. I want to make a deal with you, Rebecca. I'd love to invite you to come back to the palace, to live with me here in the palace, to be Princess Rebecca all year long with me here. And Rebecca says, wow, what an opportunity. I'm so excited to be invited back to the palace. That's a lot to think about. It's a lot of change. I need to figure it out. The king says, I know it's a big deal. So look, I'm going to give you a few days to think about this, Rebecca. And I'll come back to you in a few days and I'll get your answer. So Rebecca's about to leave. The guard says, whoa, Rebecca, you can't leave the palace in the royal garb like that. You're about to go back into the outside world, back to your other home. You can't go out like that. So Rebecca goes in the changing room. She changes back into her regular civilian clothing. Although they were nice, just not royal garbs. So Rebecca puts it back on. They let her out of the gate, and she looks at her dress. She says, wow, this is the fanciest thing that I had, but it's not like the royal garb. Rebecca goes back home, travels back home. 8 days later, she gets a message from the king. So Rebecca, have you given it some thought? Are you ready to make a decision about joining me in the palace for the whole year, all the time? And Rebecca's going to give an answer. And this is what we're about to step into. We went through 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, spending time with the king. Now we travel through 8 days, 7+ days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And then on Yom Kippur, we make our decision. We make our big decision. What's going to be? How's it going to be? Are we going to make the choice to spend our whole year, our whole time with the king in the palace? Is that what we're going to do? Or are we going to decide to do some blend of it, some balance of it? We hope we make the right choice. Rebecca made the right choice. Rebecca said, I'm coming back to the palace, my dear father. And that's the choice that we're going to make, God willing, on Yom Kippur. Tonight and tomorrow, we have a time for clarity, time with our king, time with our father. We get to be princes and princesses once again and make the decision, make the choice not to have it be a once-a-year deal or when we hang out with the king. Let it be a whole year deal. Make the choice on Yom Kippur to go ahead and decide that we are going to commit ourselves to living royally all year long, to be dignified, to go ahead and be walking, talking representatives of the king, our king in heaven. We're going to walk with the royal garb. We're going to be such amazing people and ones that people will look up to be their inspiration and those who they aspire to be. So God willing, I want to wish everybody a Shana Tova, happy, healthy, sweet New Year, an easy, meaningful Yom Kippur. It should be one filled with connection, and God should answer all our wants and all of our needs, and we should make that choice, right? Make the choice to go ahead and spend wonderful time with the King. Little changes is how we make it back into the palace. Have a tremendous holiday. All the best.